Hello darling, it is Katie here and I am doing a layout in my pocket page notebook, and I am excited because this is another YouTube hop. I always love them because I love having the same challenge with a group of people and seeing how differently we all take the same challenge. So for this round we had a sketch, and Dee made the sketch for us. She's amazing at it. And last time when she gave us a sketch, I translated it completely literally. I went into Photoshop and I made the sketch bigger, and I made all the digital papers go over it so it'll be exact. So this time I thought, you know what, I'm going to wing it, and I'm just going to use the sketch kind of as like a starting point instead of as the entire thing. So look at me not being exact. So I started with 2 photo options that I had, and part of the sketch is a tag. So I also had the tag, and I also whipped out these copper alphas because I quite like them at the moment, so I want to see if they work with the page. Then I just chose a few of my favorite papers, and I don't know why I even looked at all the busy ones, because this pretty plain one won in the end. So I've cut it down to size on that side, and I've put it in the pockets, and then I'm just going to add a little extra for this side. Gluing that down, making sure everything's right, and then I just want to see which tag I'm going to use. I've got these yellow ones and I got these white ones too. One of the photos is portrait orientation, the other one's landscape, and I think that the portrait one works best in this. So I'm going to just use a paper clip to keep that there for now, and I've actually got a better paper clip which I think will actually be nice for this entire layout. So I'm going to keep that just like that, and let me check out the sketch again on my phone. Then I want to also do something with this left side. I just remembered that I wanted to scallop it with this really bad paper trimmer. So I'm just checking that I've got it the correct way around, and then I'm going to scallop the reverse of it because it's got double-sided tape on it now. And this paper trimmer really is awful. Like, every time I have to pull this off, no matter how hard I press. And it's always got, I don't know, I'm not into that paper trimmer. I used to have bad paper trimmers just for the straight ones, and then I found my Fiskars, and I'll never go back to any other paper trimmer. And now I feel like this We Are Memory Keepers one is like making me pay for how great my Fiskars one is. So I wanted to add a little bit of texture in it, so I'm going to use this tissue paper. I actually get basically all of my tissue papers from Zara packages. They always come with these beautiful tissue papers, and they're always seasonal. So I think this is the one for winter now. So I'm just adding it a little bit to there, and I'm going to just trim it off. And that just brings in a little bit of color. I feel like every photo with me and my son has a tinge of blue in it. And since I printed these photos on the sprocket, it's definitely blue. I had this piece of paper that was lying around, so I'm going to turn this into a tag, see how it looks with everything. I'm not feeling it that much, and I'm eyeing out this paint chip that I have also lying on my desk. So I'm going to see how this fits. And the one side of the paint chip is rounded, so I'm just getting out my corner trimmer, and I'm going to punch out the other side to be rounded. And I really like that. Now these blues of the paint chip aren't exactly the blue of the tissue paper, but I don't know, it's pretty. And I'm trying that other photo again. No, but I still like this one. and I don't like the paper clip on the right hand side, but I'll change it later. Then I had a brilliant idea to make the little hole of the tag in the shape of a heart, and I've got 2 heart-shaped punches, so I think it'll work quite nicely. And then I realized that little one is too small to get there, so now I'm going to try out every idea that there is to see how I can punch that. You know, I need to make another hole in because I want to get some twine sticking out of it, make it look real. But yeah, this is way too difficult. It's not working out for me. So now I'm going to try and punch that and then punch the bigger one over it. But you can see that that's not really an even thing. And then I also can't put the freaking hole in it. So I don't know what I was thinking there. Now I'm going to try and use the last little bit from the paint chip and stick it over the gold heart. And then it looks like it's got a hole in it. But I'm not in love with that look. So I'm quickly giving up on my dreams, on my little heart punch dreams. And I'm too lazy to get out my glue stick, so I am really struggling with this stupid double-sided tape runner. And there we go. And I'm just going to be a completely normal person, and I'm going to punch a hole in there. And because I couldn't find my hole punch, I'm just using this Japanese stabbing punch, and that works quite well. Deciding on which twine I want to use, and I go with the black one in the end. And I feel like I've spent all of my time just figuring out what to do with this tag. I'm going to stick this down because the sprocket prints are stickers, and I don't think that I will ever not misstick it down. I will always mess up and have to pull it up. Checking the sketch again. And I'm going to staple that down, and it's annoying because I've currently got colorful staples in there, and the ones at the moment are pink, so the pink completely like goes off the blue color scheme, but I'm whatever. Now, because this is my pocket page notebook and it is special and I feel like I would be completely wasting an opportunity, I'm going to use some molding paste just to give it a bit of texture. And because over the weekend I played with molding paste and I made approximately 1 million different patterns and stuff, and my favorite were when I did it on transparency, so I think that'll look quite nice over the pocket. I use the golden modeling paste and it is amazing. It's really good, and I'm mixing it here with cheap ass, I think it's Americana paints. It was $1 and my husband brought it back from America for me. I'm also putting it on the Ziploc bag because my lovely canvas thing I could not find. And I got some washi, you know, the washi that you don't really use. I'm using that just to stick it down. And I'm also covering any of these flowers on the stencil that end strangely. So this is a Tim Holtz stencil and it is amazing and it's such great quality and I really, really like the pattern. But I think they're meant for tags, so it ends quite sharply on all edges, and I wanted it to look a little bit more natural, so that's why I put that wash over there. And that is done. And I think that the molding paste on the plastic page protector, it gives it such a nice, it gives it such a nice look. It makes it look even more 3D than it is, and it pops it out a lot more when it leaves the cardstock. I'm going to make it a little bit more consistent and put it on this side. And I am not a perfectionist with this molding paste and with stencils. I just put it down and I make it like a very rough pattern. I don't plan too hard. All I do is I make sure that I take that stencil off pretty much as soon as I'm done with it. Over the weekend when I was like playing around, I put down a whole bunch of stencils and I did all the paint. I think there were like 3, and then by the time I'd done the paint on the third one, then the first ones had already started drying. So when I pulled it off, some of it came with the stencil, which is completely suboptimal. And because my craft room is shared with my son, I've got some nice wet wipes to clean all my goodies. And I messed a bit of paint there, and so I tried taking it off with an earbud, and then I ended up going straight through the HP Sprocket photo print, which is blue on the other side. So I've got a nice little blue dot on my boob, and so I'm going to use an enamel dot just to cover that up, because you can it's noticeable. I want it gone. And instead of using the blue ones, I'm going to use little gold glittery hearts. And I am lazy to wait for paint to dry. So I am sticking these down and I'm just trying not to smear the paint. And I feel like with this stencil, things are already quite busy. So I'm going to add a little bit of journaling here about how this photo was taken on Equilibrium Day. And I don't really have much more to say about that, not in this journal, maybe somewhere else. But I do want to use my typewriter because I want to be a little bit fancy. I've been using the typewriter on transparency sheets and I thought that that might look really nice. And I'm just journaling a little bit about it. This is a German keyboard, so you can see that the Y and the Z are replaced, and I just made a mistake and I used Z instead of Y. So I just moved the typewriter to put the Y on top of it, on top of the Z, which is like not the best way to do it, but I figure since it's a typewriter, it's meant to look all rough around the edges. So my journaling is done. And I've been keeping my typewriter out so that I can do more, I can use it a lot more. I'm trimming it and I'm trying to be careful of the ink, but then I realized obviously the ink will not smudge. That's not how typewriters work. It doesn't look good there, it's very busy over there, so I'm going to put it at the bottom left, I think. I just want to cut a little bit more so that I can fit under the title of Equilibrium Day. And I'm being lazy again because I'm using the molding paste as a glue. And I think I'm done. Here's a bit of an up-close peek. This was really a fun one to make, and I hope that you check out the other ladies in the hop. I have all the links listed down below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.